Introduction: A Different Kind of Smart. Daniel Goleman begins his groundbreaking book by challenging the long-held belief that IQ is the sole predictor of success. He introduces the concept of emotional intelligence, EQ, a set of skills that profoundly shape personal and professional effectiveness. Goleman emphasizes that while IQ may open doors, it's EQ that determines how far one actually goes. Emotional intelligence includes self-awareness, self-regulation, motivation, empathy, and social skills. And it explains why some with modest IQs outperform those with high IQs in leadership and life. Lesson: intelligence isn't just about logic and facts. Emotions play a powerful role in shaping outcomes. Chapter 1. What are emotions for? Goleman explores the evolutionary roots of emotion. Our emotions were developed for survival. Fear to flee danger, anger to fight threats, love to protect and bond. But in the modern world, these emotions can overwhelm our reasoning if not managed wisely. He calls this the emotional hijack, where the brain's amygdala overrides rational thought. Lesson: emotions are essential, but unmanaged emotions can sabotage reason and decision-making. Chapter 2. Anatomy of an Emotional Hijack. Here, Goleman delves into the brain's emotional centers. The limbic system, especially the amygdala, reacts before the neocortex has time to analyze. This explains why people sometimes say or do things in the heat of the moment that they later regret. Understanding this process gives us a roadmap to emotional mastery. Lesson: awareness of emotional hijacks is the first step in regaining control. Chapter 3. When smart is dumb. This chapter explains how people with high IQs can still struggle in life if they lack emotional competencies. Goleman gives examples of professionals who are technically brilliant but socially inept and suffer because of it. Without empathy, self-regulation, or communication skills, intelligence alone leads to frustration and failure. Lesson: pure intellect without emotional skill is incomplete. Relationships, leadership, and success demand both. Chapter 4. Know thyself. The power of self-awareness. Self-awareness is the foundation of EQ. People with high self-awareness understand their moods, triggers, and impact on others. They are honest with themselves and grounded. Goleman describes how self-aware individuals make better decisions, especially under stress. Lesson: self-awareness creates inner clarity and leads to better life choices. Chapter 5. Managing Emotions. The Art of Self-Regulation. This chapter focuses on the ability to stay calm and composed, even when provoked. Self-regulation is not about repression, but about choice, choosing how to respond instead of reacting impulsively. Goleman outlines techniques like mindfulness, breathing, and reframing that help regulate emotion. Lesson: emotional discipline gives you power over how you experience and express emotions. Chapter 6. The Roots of Motivation. Goleman explains that emotionally intelligent people are driven by internal rather than external rewards. They pursue goals with passion, resilience, and optimism. Intrinsic motivation fuels perseverance and excellence. These individuals bounce back from failure, not because they're tougher, but because they're emotionally aligned. Lesson: motivation driven by purpose and inner desire is far more sustainable than rewards or fear. Chapter 7. Recognizing emotions in others. The power of empathy. Empathy is the ability to feel and understand what others are experiencing. It's central to emotional intelligence. Empathy allows us to respond sensitively and appropriately in social interactions. Goleman shows how empathetic people build stronger relationships, resolve conflicts better, and lead more effectively. Lesson: empathy is emotional radar. It connects, comforts, and creates trust. Chapter 8. The Social Arts: Handling Relationships. Here, Goleman outlines key social competencies: influence, persuasion, listening, collaboration, and conflict resolution. These skills are essential in teamwork, marriage, parenting, and leadership. He discusses how emotionally intelligent people read social cues and adapt accordingly. Lesson: emotional intelligence in action is seen in how we manage relationships with respect, tact, and care. Chapter 9. Intimate Enemies: Managing Conflict in Relationships. This chapter explores how emotional intelligence strengthens close relationships. Misunderstandings and arguments often arise from emotional blind spots. Goleman shares how managing defensiveness, using active listening, and practicing empathy can transform conflict into closeness. Lesson: emotional intelligence can turn breakdowns into breakthroughs in intimate relationships. Chapter 10: Mind and Medicine, Emotions and Health. Goleman presents evidence that emotional habits impact physical health. Chronic anger, stress, and anxiety can weaken the immune system and lead to disease. Conversely, emotional balance supports mental and physical well-being. Emotional intelligence, then, becomes not just a skill for success, but a tool for longevity. Lesson: emotional health is deeply tied to physical health. Peace of mind nurtures the body. Chapter 11: The Family Crucible. The family is where emotional intelligence begins. Goleman discusses how emotionally tuned-in parents raise emotionally resilient children. Children model behavior, and early neglect or emotional abuse can deeply damage future emotional skills. However, emotional coaching can heal and rewire emotional intelligence even later in life. Lesson: the roots of EQ are planted in childhood. Nurture them early, but know it's never too late to grow. Chapter 12: Trauma and Emotional Relearning. Trauma disrupts emotional development. Goleman explores how trauma rewires the brain to be overly reactive and emotionally volatile. But he also provides hope, showing how therapy, emotional awareness, and supportive environments can help individuals unlearn trauma-based reactions. Lesson: emotional wounds can be healed through awareness, compassion, and practice. Chapter 13: Emotional Literacy, a New Curriculum. Goleman advocates for emotional education in schools, teaching kids to identify, express, and manage emotions. He shares success stories from programs that reduced bullying, improved grades, and built empathy. The message is clear: emotional intelligence can be taught and cultivated at any age. Lesson: teaching EQ is not a luxury. It's a necessity for future generations to thrive. Chapter 14: IQ versus EQ, Rewriting the Rules of Success. As Goleman concludes, he reiterates that IQ determines potential, but EQ determines performance. In life, people are promoted, respected, loved, and followed, not just because they're smart, but because they're emotionally intelligent. In leadership, parenting, business, and beyond, EQ is the silent superpower. Lesson: emotional intelligence is the key to meaningful, lasting success. Final thoughts. Daniel Goleman's emotional intelligence revolutionized our understanding of what it means to be smart. EQ is not about suppressing emotions, but understanding and using them wisely. It's about becoming the master of your inner world, so you can better serve the outer one. Whether in love, work, health, or self-growth, emotional intelligence is the compass that guides us through life's complexities with grace, strength, and purpose.